This recipe calls for 6 boneless breasts. We only had 5 and they're rather large, so that's all we are using.
Yes, they look huge.
I know, it's crazy. And y'all know I don't really care for the boneless breast these days, but for this recipe, that's what we're using. We're gonna take this and cover these guys with some water and get them on the stove. I'm using this big pot even though we're not really filling it right now because this is my grandmother's soup pot, and anytime I make soup, I just have to use it. So it may not look like much. We will use quite a bit of it, but not fill it. We are now adding the juice from half of a lemon to this water, which I know is a bit odd, but stick with us. This is a very good Copycat recipe from a local restaurant here in town. It is their chicken and rice soup, and it has a little creaminess to it, not much, but it is really good. So we'll be back once this chicken is cooked through. Once the chicken was done, I took it out and let it cool so that I could handle it to chop it up into smaller pieces. Now we're just gonna go ahead and put it right back in our pot. That's a lot of chicken.
It is. It's great.
We'll stir this around, just get it in there. We'll come back to that in a minute. Next, we have 4 cups of water that I'm gonna pour into this pot. We're gonna get this cooking. Bring that to a boil. And next we will be working on some rice. Now we're gonna use some minute rice. This is 3 cups of uncooked rice, and we'll add that to the 4 cups of water. Give it a good stir. We'll put the lid on and turn off the heat. Set our timer for 5 minutes and move on, or back I should say, to our broth. Now you certainly can use a soup chicken and get your broth and chicken that way. This is just a quicker way to do this soup for those of us who are wanting to be quicker and have an easier time of it because of our time. We are adding some chicken broth to 32 ounces. Let me show it to you this way.
Okay. Good.
This is going to make quite a bit, which we always do when we make this soup because it's just so good. In addition to that broth, we are doing 14.5 ounces, the cans, 3 of those.
Okay.
Next is some cream of chicken soup, and that's what's going to give it that creaminess. This is a 10.5 ounce can. I probably could have bought the larger one, but this is what we had on hand, so we're just going to use it. And I'm going to use 4 of these.
Okay, sounds good.
Next, we are going to add some dried parsley flakes. This is 1 tablespoon and a little bit. And because we used some canned broth, we are not adding any more salt.
I know, there'll be plenty of salt in it already, yeah.
Well, we could have used the low sodium version, but we are using pepper instead. Let's see.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we have, lastly, some lemon juice. This is juice from 1 lemon.
Perfect.
And we'll give it a good stir.
This is always so good.
It smells so good.
Yep. It already smells good.
Oh, rice is done.
Perfect timing. Now we can get our rice in there too.
That's right.
Is that the last ingredient?
It is.
Oh boy.
All right, let's give it a good stir. Make sure it's all blended. Then we're going to put our lid back on And we're gonna let this cook on low for 30 minutes. Be sure, do not let it boil or that rice will soak up a lot of the liquid.
Okay. Okay, we have a bowl of this soup ready to go, and I'm super excited because we've had this soup several times before. And we know it's good, but I'm gonna go through the pleasure of tasting it anyway.
Okay.
Just so you can see how good it is.
Okay.
So I know this came off the
Out of the
stove,
pot.
out of the pot. I know it's hot.
It is, be careful. It is that time of year, time for soups and stews and all that good cozy stuff. Oh, okay.
It's so good.
Okay, good.
I love that rice being in there. It just adds so much oomph to it, you know?
Do you taste a hint of the lemon or?
I mean, you know, we never really taste the lemon, but I think for sure that we would miss it if it wasn't in there.
I agree.
It just adds there. I can't taste the lemon, but you know, like there's just a little something in there to give it a little, I don't know even how to describe it.
Some more flavor, I guess.
Yeah, some more flavor. But yeah, it's super good. I mean, like Karen said, this is a great time of year to make soup. It's right now, it's end of October when we're making this. It's like 80 degrees outside,
Yeah, I'm not
which
happy
is very
about
odd.
it.
So, I mean, I'm not dressed like it's warm. I should have a flannel on while I'm tasting the soup. But yeah, in a couple days, it's going to get real cold. So yeah, definitely make the soup.
Okay.
I know you're going to love it.
All right, here it is. A quick and easy Copycat chicken and rice soup. Give it a try. Let us know what you put in your chicken soup. We'd love to hear from you. And here is the recipe. Y'all have a blessed day.